Yeah, once again, welcome to my world. My name remains Jem Bapa. Today, I want us to look at a course which, if you are in tertiary institution of higher learning, in accounting department or business administration department, some in banking and finance but also offer this course, insurance department and economics department, you will offer the course from several institutions you may belong to. You either offer this course in your year 2 or year 3 of your social science courses, and the course is titled Financial Management. Financial Management, which we all call abbreviation FM. Some schools do give this course, the course title Business Finance. Well, and today we are looking at the topic on capital budgeting. Capital budgeting under certainty. Capital budgeting under certainty. Capital budgeting under certainty. Budgeting under certainty. Under certainty. Of course, we have that one under uncertainty. We are coming there. Okay, I have told us that in capital budgeting under certainty, we have two different methods. Though, before I continue, there are some theoretical aspects of this topic you need to know. For instance, what is capital budgeting? What are the steps in evaluating the project and the likes? Of course, those students that know me very well, that I work with, I will send the files to them, and on the notes, on the theory aspect of this course, or this topic rather, on the theory aspect of this topic, I send to them, you read, I will explain as we have been doing. But this video I'm shooting, I'm also sharing it on my some of my social media platforms, on my Facebook page and my YouTube channel, so that other students can benefit. And that's the main purpose I'm putting my videos on my social media platforms. So people feel that, because some people came to my idea and say, Jeff, this is something you should have been doing for years. Why now? But let me tell us something. I'm not doing this just to show popularity, but I'm doing this to help as many students that I cannot see. Those I normally take, they know me inside and I'm very good at what I do, but I'm just sharing this so that other people, other students can have a feel and enjoy what my usual students do enjoy when they are in class with me. So let's leave story. Capital budgeting under certainty can be divided into two. We can have into two methods. We can have or two techniques. We can have the one under the methods of what? The methods can be divided into two. We what we call the discounting method, and the non-discounting method. Now, this one is also called the modern method, while this one is called the traditional method. So, under the modern method or the discounting method, you are meant to know how to compute the following: 1, the NPV; 2, the IRR; and 3, the what? The PI. NPV means net present value, IRR means internal rate of return, PI means profitability index. And under this non-discounting method, which we also call traditional method, you need to know how to compute payback period and also how to compute what? Accounting rate of return. Now, if you can compute all these 5 methods, you know to compute NPV, IRR, PI, PBP, and ARR, you have already mastered this topic. But today in this video, I will show you how to compute the payback period. So let's go. So I want us to look at how we calculate the payback period for this data. How we calculate the payback period for this data, and how we now decide on which projects to choose. Now, each of these capital budgeting methods I've given to us, either the discounted method or the non-discounted method. Of course, you know how to distinguish between the two. For non-discounted method, we have payback period and account rate of return. For discounted, we have net present value, interest rate of return, and profitability index. There are criteria for you to make a decision, because capital budgeting actually is just a process of what? Of selecting. I think I've explained that to my students before. The prayer of what? Of selecting the most viable project. When you want to invest on a particular project, which one should you choose? That's the layman's language. How you invest your money to get future benefits. So which project should you invest your money on? How you plan and know the project that should be selected. That's what this topic entails. So now, I want to calculate the payback period for project X and project Y. Now, if you look at the way this question is now, they wrote year is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And some students may ask me, why do I have year 0? See, the time whereby you have your capital with you, your capital has not been in what? Has not been invested. That is year 0. Like I used to tell my students far and wide, by the time you get a form for a particular institution of higher learning, and you get admission to the institution of higher learning, and you know you have not paid your school fees, right? But you have already gathered the school fees, and that's an investment anyway. That's an investment. Are you with me? So when you're having your money with you, but you have not invested it, the money has not been bringing return for you. So you say that money is in what? Year 0. That's why we're having this year 0. So this is the investment. The minus here does not really show negative sign, but it shows that this is the money you are what? You are taking out of your account to invest in your what? In your project. Of course, an academic project, an academic pursuit is a project. I hope you know. So now, then we have year 1, year 2, year 3. These are the cash inflows. For year 1, we have this amount. Year 2, we have this amount. Year 3, we have this amount. Year 4, we have this amount. Now, you can now see another thing again that for project X, the cash inflow is what? It is not the same. It's different. 160, 180, 240, 260. But for year Y, the cash inflow is what? The same. We have equal cash inflow here. So there's a way you calculate payback period for equal cash inflow and unequal cash inflow. And then when you calculate payback period for equal cash inflow and unequal cash inflow, let me now show you how you calculate this payback period for project X and later for project Y. So let's go. So in computing your payback period, PBP means payback period project X. The question is on my phone, so let me just use this as a guide. I will have this column. There are 2 ways actually. You can have the cumulative or the balance method. Do you understand? This one is addition. The other one is subtraction. I'll choose the 2 ways. I will get the same answer. So yes, project year 0. And in year 0, what was money that was invested? That was 450,000, right? Yeah, 450,000. 450,000. So here we also have what? We have 450. 450. Yeah, let's put it here. That's what we have in year 0. Now in year 1, what was realized? 160,000. By the way, what is even payback period? Let me tell us. Lest I forget. What is payback period? Payback period in the layman's language is that time, that period you get back or you recover your investment, your cash outlay. The time, let me make it clear to us. When you invest money now, of course, the purpose of investing money is not to waste the money. If you have a business venture, you want to make returns on that business, right? So the time taken for you to recover your investment is payback period. So now, year 1 now, this man invested 160. Now, has he realized his 450,000? No. So I'll write the same 160 here. This is 160. Are you with me? Cumulative means addition. Then for year 2, how much was made? He made what? He made 180,000. 180,000. So when you add 160 plus 180, what do you have? You have 340,000. So that means that the total of money he has made for year 1 and year 2 is what? 340,000. You ask for them again, has this man gotten his money back? No. No. Let me now look at the difference. How much money does he need to add to this to make 450? I think that should be 100 and what? 110,000. Yes, 450. We all count money now. Minus 340. It needs to get 110,000. Yes, I'm right. 110,000 is what he needs more to make up what he invested. Abi? Now, for the 3rd year, how much was invested? How much was invested? It was 240,000. Are you with me? Now, if I add 240 to 180, it means we are going to get 240 plus 180, we're going to have 580. Yes, I'm correct. I can add figures with that calculator. 240 plus this, we have 580. We have 580. Let me write it down. We have 580. When you add 240 plus 240 plus 340, we have 580. Now, in this 3rd year, you can see that this man has what? Exceeded his capital. So that means that automatically the payback period will be year 2. So I will now say here that payback period will now be equals to, because when you add 240 to it, his money has what? Has exceeded what he invested. So my payback period will stop here in year 2. So I will now say payback period will now be what? 2 years. Now you ask yourself one question, that how much money does he need? Like I've said before, when you get to year 2, how much money is needed to balance the 340 to make 450? How much? 110. I'll now say plus what? 110,000 divided, and this 110,000 that is needed can come from 240, abi, divided by 240,000, then times 12. That 12 is 12 months of a year. So what do we have? When you do your computation, you are going to have 2 years. That's our payback period now. Will now be 2 years and what? 2.46 years. When you do the calculation of this thing, that is this 110,000 divided by 240,000 times 12. So you're going to have 2.46 years. So 2.46 years. That is 2.46 years. 2.46 years. That is the solution to that. So let's now look at the payback period for project Y. 2.46 years. Payback period for project Y. 2.46 years. There is 12 here. This is 12 times 12 times 12. 2.46 years. So let me now look at the solution to the payback period for project Y. And we end this class. The next thing I'll give us is accounting rate of return. Now, by the way, the answer we got for the first question for project Y was what? I think we got 2.46 years, Abi. You can also write this as what? 2 years, 5 months. But when people just ask me, they can ask you 2 years, 5 months. When you approximate this, it will be 2 years, 5 months. So let's leave that. That's for project X. Project X, we got our payback period in 2.46 years or 2 years, 5 months. Now, let's now look at payback period for project Y. Now, like I've said before, that that project X, the cash flow or cash inflow as they call it, is unequal. So that was why I have to go through that method. Like I told us, you can either do the addition or subtraction. I'll tell you the other method later. You understand in my next video. Now, the project Y has equal cash flow. In year 1, I think they made what? They made 245,000. Let me check. Year 1, it was 245,000. Let me check. Year 1, it was 245,000. Year 2, 245,000. Like that. So when you want to calculate payback period for an equal means the cash inflow is equal, is the same amount is gotten every other year. So payback period for equal cash flow will be simply gotten by this formula. Payback period, please, so this formula is for equal cash flow, will now be what? Initial outlay, or you can say initial investment all over cash inflow. All over what? Cash inflow or cash flows. And in that case, what's our initial outlay? I think the amount was what? 450,000. What was invested? What was the cash flow or cash inflow? That's the equal cash inflow. So let me put there equal. So you can write equal cash flows. Equal. So you go down equal cash inflows. Equal cash inflows. What's that equal cash inflow? I think it's 245,000. Am I right? Yes, 245,000. Let me check. 245,000. So when you divide this by this, you are going to have, when you divide 240,000 by 245,000, you are going to have we are going to have 1.84 years. Are you with me? 1.84 years. That is what you are going to have. So, and we can just write this one simply as what? 1 year, 8 months. 1 year, 8 months. Are you with me? Now, let me now tell you something. There's a criteria. They will ask you, between these two projects, which one should you choose? How do you choose a project based on a payback period method? What is the condition or the criteria for choosing project under payback period? Now, it's so logical and so sensible. As a businessman, you prefer to invest your money in a business that you will be able to get your investment back earlier. As simple as that. A businessman you don't want to tie down your money. And that's why most people, I agree them, they have that brain, that business sense. They prefer to sell their market cheap, and they finish selling it than this making the money to be what? To be very, very high, and you stay in stock. So as a businessman, you always want to get your money back instantly. I know this course inside out. It's not pride. I also practice. So if you're into business, I'll show you how to go about 5 things you do. Are you with me? So now, if you are asked to determine which of this project you should invest on, for project X, it took 2 years to get back their money. For project Y, it took just 1 year, 8 months. So, ordinarily speaking, which one will you prefer as a man? You prefer project Y because it took a shorter time to recover the money. So I will choose project 1. So the condition or the criteria for choosing project under payback period is that you will choose the project with a shorter payback period. My name remains Jem Baba. In my next video, I will show you how to use another method. In that method, we subtract, we won't add. We won't look at the cumulative, look at the balance. How use that method to calculate payback period. Then we look at accounting rate of return. We look at other method of what? Capital budgeting under certainty. And by so doing, we are done with this topic. Please do like my video, do share my video, and tell someone about Jem Baba. God bless you all, and thanks for viewing this video.